16 years ago today, President Trump watched the Twin Towers fall from inside Trump Tower in New York City. Last year, he was at Ground Zero as a candidate. This year, he will be remembering all of the lives that were lost there in Pennsylvania and here at the Pentagon as Commander-in-Chief. Now, the plan is for President Trump to arrive here in just a few minutes. He's going to be taking part in a wreath-laying ceremony. Then he's going to observe a moment of silence. Then the speaking portion of this observance is going to take place. It'll start with the General Joe Dunford, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, then Defense Secretary James Mattis, and then President Trump will speak right in front of the Pentagon, right where this great big American flag was unfurled this morning. That's become a tradition here every year on the anniversary of 9/11. President Trump, he's expected to speak for about 10 or 15 minutes. As for what he will say, I would expect him to say something very similar to what he said when he declared today Patriots Day on Friday. He will, of course, remember and honor the 184 lives that were lost here 16 years ago today, but he's also going to pay tribute to the men and women that are continuing to take the fight to terrorists all over the globe. What he said in that statement is, quote, "On this anniversary, I invite all Americans to thank our nation's incredible service members and first responders who are on the front lines of our fight against terrorism. The spirit of service and self-sacrifice that Americans so nobly demonstrated on September 11th, 2001 is evident in the incredible response to Hurricanes Harvey and Irma." So, you know, the message there really clear. The focus, of course, on the 184 lives that were lost here at the Pentagon. You can hear their names being read aloud with the sounding of the bell right behind me. But the focus will also be on remembering all the first responders that responded in the wake of 9/11 and how that spirit can really be felt and seen in the first responders that have saved their neighbors from those floods in Harvey, and all the first responders and law enforcement personnel that will be fanning out across the state of Florida today, John.
They have done amazing work at the Pentagon. They did that day, and they continue to do it. I know Presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama both received briefings about the terror threat level every September 11th. Does President Trump intend to continue that tradition? Do we know?
He will. He is going to receive a briefing about the current terror threat environment at some point today at the White House. One of the people that will likely be in that briefing is his Homeland Security Advisor, Tom Bossert. He was asked on Friday about what the current terror threat level is heading into this 9/11 anniversary, and he said that, you know, just because we're having all of these hurricanes taking place, all of these natural disasters going on, that no terrorist should view us as vulnerable right now. That's the farthest thing from the truth. That's what Bossert said. He'll likely be one of the people briefing President Trump today. And just in case we needed any more evidence or one more reminder of the current terror threat taking place, especially in Afghanistan, just this morning, John, 5 U.S. Troops wounded at Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan, the largest U.S. base in Afghanistan.